I always thought being a pilot was my calling. But it was cruelly snatched away from me in an unjust manner. I should stop thinking about it. Just as I decided to stop thinking and was about to close my eyes to sleep, it happened. With a tremendous bang, the whole plane shook violently. Screams erupted from the passengers. "Please, someone help." In the midst of the chaos, a flight attendant with a look of despair was pleading for help. "Hey, are you okay? What happened?" I pressed her for answers. Little did I know, this action would lead to such a situation. My name is Shane. I used to fly around the world as a pilot. Yes, up until just a moment ago that was certainly the case. Ah. I let out a sigh of frustration with myself. Why did this have to happen? Even now, I can't accept it. But there was nothing I could do. I clenched the termination notice I was holding. It all started with a certain aviation accident. It happened during a flight one day. That day, I boarded the plane as the captain. "Good morning, Jared. I'm counting on you today." "Yes, thank you." The co-pilot that day was a junior of mine named Jared. He was a newly minted co-pilot, but being the son of Mr. Johnson, the head of the aviation bureau, he was highly expected by everyone around. I'm planning to let Jared handle the controls once we're stable. If there's anything you don't understand, don't hesitate to ask. Just because you became a captain a bit earlier than others, doesn't make you great. What? Did you say something? No, nothing. Jared seemed like a serious young man, but at times he muttered under his breath, making it hard to understand what he was thinking. Well, I thought it was normal to not get along with one or two colleagues, so I didn't pay much attention to Jared and focused on my duties. "Alright, we're about to land soon." "Jared, you did pretty well." "Ah, thank you." I had been letting Jared gain some experience by occasionally letting him control the flight, and just as the day's flight was about to end smoothly, it happened. With a loud bang, the aircraft shook violently. Could it be a bird strike? A flock of birds appeared in my field of view. I quickly assessed the situation and gripped the control stick. "Jared, contact the air traffic controller. It's a bird strike. The engine is damaged. Ask for guidance to a possible landing spot." I tried to remain calm as I gave out instructions. "Okay." Jared's face turned pale, but he managed to follow my instructions. It's not surprising. Accidents like this rarely happen. "Jared, don't panic. This is the time to stay calm, observe your surroundings, and assess the situation. It's okay. I'll handle the rest." While continuing to control the plane, I racked my brain on how to overcome this predicament. Strangely, I always seem to naturally know the best course of action in such situations. However, this time, we were forced to land at an unplanned airport. Fortunately, there were no injuries, but it goes without saying that the accident caused quite a stir. And at that time, I had no idea that this incident would lead to such consequences. That day, I compiled the accident report. Thanks to you following instructions properly, we managed to minimize the damage. Thanks. No problem. Well, all that's left is to submit the report, and then we're done for today. Shane? I was stopped by Jared calling me. I turned to him, wondering what was unusual. "What's up?" "Well, I'll submit the report. I have some other business over there too." "Okay. Got it. I appreciate it." "Yes. Leave it to me." "Excuse me then." Saying this, Jared left. I could say that my action at that moment made it all go wrong. The next day, I was wrongfully accused. Wait. There must be some mistake. I don't remember submitting such a report. No one would listen to my desperate plea. The contents of the report I submitted the day before had been tampered with by someone. According to the falsified report, the plane accident was due to my piloting error resulting in an emergency landing. I didn't want to believe it. But there was only one person who could have done this. "Shane, you're not good at giving up. Why don't you just admit your mistake?" "Jared." I glared in the direction of the voice. There was Jared, looking down on me with disdain in his eyes. As I was struck dumb by the shock, Jared quietly approached and whispered in my ear. I don't care if you're the fastest ever genius pilot to become a captain, you've always been an eyesore. Please disappear from my life as soon as possible. With those words spoken lowly, Jared gave me a cold smile. In the end, all my arguments were dismissed and I was fired, ostensibly to take responsibility for the accident. Additionally, my pilot's license was revoked. Suddenly stripped of the job I had dedicated everything to, I was at a loss. Come to think of it, it's been a while since I've been home. Suddenly, I thought of my parents. Maybe I should visit them. Despite the circumstances, it might be a good opportunity to think positively. I took out my phone and decided to call home. Hello, this is Alice. After a few rings, my mom answered the phone. Ah, Mom. It's Shane. Oh, Shane. It's been a while, what's up? Sorry to spring this on you, but I'm thinking of coming over. Oh, really? What is it? Shane, are you going to introduce us to a girlfriend? Unfortunately, no. Sorry, Mom, I just felt like coming back. I see. Alright then. Oh, Shane, hold on a second. Your father wants to talk too. After a pause, I heard my father's voice from the other end. Shane? Yeah, Dad, it's been a while. You're coming home, aren't you? Yeah. What, are you bringing home a wife? No, that's not it. What's with you and Mom both going on about that? I couldn't help but laugh. Perhaps my dad and Mom could sense that I wasn't quite myself. Well, if you're coming home, it means you can relax for a bit, right? Stay as long as you like. Thanks, Dad. I hung up the phone and took a deep breath. It's been a while since I heard their voices. I felt a warm sensation spreading slowly inside my chest. Alright, let's go home. For now, I decided not to think about anything and just head back to my family home. I quickly booked a plane ticket. A few days later, I boarded the plane I had reserved to go home. My seat is here. I found my seat and sat down. Although I was used to flying, being a passenger felt strangely different. Can I never go back to being a pilot? The thought brought a surge of fear. At the same time, I lamented internally about how things had come to this. I had always thought being a pilot was my true calling. But it had been unfairly ripped away from me. No. I should stop thinking about it. Regretting it now wouldn't help. There was nothing I could do about it anymore, I reminded myself. Actually, being a passenger isn't so bad. I peered out the small airplane window. The plane was just taking off, quickly gaining altitude. As I watched the land slowly recede below, I started to doze off. That was when a tremendous impact shook the entire cabin. Screams filled the air. What the? I was instantly wide awake. I looked out the window. This is... A flock of birds entered my view. It was just like that time. How can this be happening again? Such a coincidence. I hadn't expected to face this situation twice in such a short period. It was a bird strike. As I was thinking about whether the aircraft and pilots were okay, the plane suddenly tilted sharply, causing a larger wave of screams. This isn't good. The cabin was in utter panic. Some people tried to stand up while others crouched and cried out. As I was pondering what I could possibly do, it happened. Please, someone help. Amidst the chaos, a flight attendant with a look of despair was pleading for help. Hey, are you okay? Unable to just sit there, I confronted her. What happened? You are. I'm a pilot. Is there anything I can do to help? Really? Oh, please help. The captain has passed out from the shock. The captain has. What about the co-pilot? I asked, and she looked dismayed. That's the thing, the co-pilot today is a rookie, and Whoa. The plane shook violently again, and I managed to catch the stumbling flight attendant and stand up. We can't just sit here, come with me, please. Yes. Together with the flight attendant, I made my way to the cockpit. We raced down the long aisle of the shaking cabin and finally reached the cockpit. Are you okay? Who are you? Calm down. I might not look it, but I'm an experienced captain, keep holding the controls. I'll take over now. As I had heard, the co-pilot was indeed a young man, his eyes brimming with tears as he panicked. While calming him down, I first checked on the captain, who was unconscious in the pilot's seat. Good, he has a pulse and he's breathing. It seemed the captain's life was not in danger. After checking on him, I addressed the young co-pilot. Swap with me. You contact the control tower. Request an emergency landing. Can you do that? Yes. I took over the controls from the co-pilot. I never thought I would be handling these controls again, yet they fit comfortably in my hands. It's okay, I will save everyone. I had lied about being a pilot. After all, I no longer had that qualification. But I couldn't just stand by. I was here to save the lives in front of me once again. Permission for emergency landing granted. Understood. Hey, can you make the announcement to the passengers? We're starting the landing approach. Yes. Slowly, the aircraft began to respond to my commands. I aimed for the runway where we were cleared to land and started the landing procedures. I don't remember much of what happened next. I was completely focused. When the airplane touched down on the runway and finally stopped, cheers and applause erupted from the passengers. Phew, that was a bit tense. I released the control stick I had been gripping tightly. My shirt was soaked with sweat. The plane had landed safely. Fortunately, there were no injuries among the passengers, and after evacuating them, we managed to get the injured captain into an ambulance and I could finally take a breath. It's finally over. Excuse me. I turned around at the voice from behind. There stood the flight attendant and the young co-pilot from earlier. Oh, you are? Yes. Thank you so much. You saved all the passengers, the captain, and my brother and me too. Your brother? Yes, that's me. She's my sister and, oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Michael. As he spoke, the young co-pilot handed me his business card. I am Claire, his sister. Thank you so much for your help. May I ask your name? As I took their business cards, I hesitated. They are both former colleagues of mine, so to speak. Naming myself might complicate matters. As I debated whether to reveal my identity, Michael looked intently at my face, then suddenly seemed to recognize something. Sorry if I'm mistaken, you're Shane, right? Yes, what, you knew? Of course. Oh, I'm actually a fan of yours. I've always admired you, Shane. Becoming a pilot like you has been my dream. I really look up to you. Haha, is that so? Thanks. But if you know about me, you know, right? I'm no longer Shane. Michael started to say something with a hint of sadness, glanced at his sister Claire, and then they both nodded slightly. Shane, there's something we'd like to tell you. What is it? What happened? Well, ever since you left the airline, there's been quite a stir among your peers. A stir? People are saying that maybe you were framed. I still can't believe it, that you made a piloting error. That is. Excuse me for interrupting. Just then, a man called out from a short distance away. As I looked up, the man approached, displaying a police badge. After studying each of our faces in turn, he focused on me. You're Shane, right? Yes. My name is Aaron. May I have a word with you? Aaron, the officer, had a friendly, fatherly demeanor. Still a bit wary, I nodded at him. Yes, sure. Thank you for cooperating. Just want to ask about what happened in the plane earlier, and you too, Claire and Michael. Yes. Thank you. Now, if we could start. Aaron began to ask us in detail about what had occurred on the plane. After we finished explaining everything, he nodded, saying and tilted his head thoughtfully. Just one thing I want to confirm. Shane, your current job is. I'm sorry. It's true I was a pilot, but I'd been stripped of my license. I wasn't supposed to be flying a plane. Lying wouldn't help. I decided to come clean about everything. Shane. May I speak? Claire looked at me worriedly, and Michael quickly interjected. About the incident earlier, if Shane hadn't taken over the controls, there's a high chance we would have crashed. It's my fault for being inadequate. If anyone is to blame, it's also on me. He was just a passenger on that plane and I asked him for help. He simply responded to that request. Claire added. Shane isn't at fault. If he hadn't been there to pilot the plane, who knows what would have happened to us passengers and us. All right, calm down, everyone. Aaron said, looking a bit troubled, calming us down. Then, he paused as if thinking something over, and spoke up. If what you're saying is true, it would be wrong to punish Shane. It was an emergency situation involving human lives. Don't worry about that aspect, I'll take care of it. Really? Ah, thank you. But there's one thing that bothers me. As he spoke, Aaron glanced briefly at me. Why would a pilot as skilled as Shane have his license revoked? That is. Hesitating slightly, I looked towards Michael and Claire. Both seemed to have made some resolve, nodding firmly. I nodded back slightly and turned again towards Aaron. Aaron, may I tell you something? I decided to tell Aaron about the accident. I confessed everything to Aaron about the accident and the subsequent issues with the report. And so, the report I wrote was tampered with. I see, so there's darkness in the upper echelons of every world, huh? Aaron, who had listened to my story in silence, frowned thoughtfully. Michael and Claire approached him as if clinging to hope. I knew it. So the rumors were true. Aaron, can the police just leave this matter alone? Aaron, can you investigate this matter? Well, it gets quite complicated when the upper levels are involved. From Aaron's reaction, it seemed delving deeper into this issue might indeed be dangerous. I raised my hand to Michael and Claire, urging them to calm down. Both of you, it's okay. But Aaron, if you can, please keep an eye out so this doesn't happen again. Wait, Shane. This time, Aaron interrupted, extending his arm decisively. He then nodded as if making a decision. Shane, I promise to do everything I can regarding this matter, but you'll have to cooperate with any inquiries or provide information. Of course. You two as well. While saying this, Aaron gave a slight smile, trying to lighten the mood. Afterward, as promised, Aaron actively investigated the incident. As evidence of his efforts, I, being directly involved, was questioned repeatedly by various people. As I have stated from the beginning, the accident was not due to a piloting error but was caused by a bird strike, as I had written in the report. How many times had I repeated this testimony? Though it grew tiresome towards the end, I endured it, reminding myself it was all thanks to Aaron's efforts. Finally, my claims were acknowledged, and the co-pilot at the time, Jared, who had manipulated the information, was revealed and dismissed. Thus, I was allowed to return to my role as a pilot. That night, Aaron invited me out for drinks. In a casual bar, we clinked frosty beer mugs. Ah! Beer really does taste better after a victory. Indeed. Aaron's beaming smile told the whole story. He must have gone through a lot due to this ordeal. Aaron, I'm sorry for the trouble. It must have been hard digging into the truth, right? Oh no, Shane, no need for apologies. More importantly, congratulations on getting your job back. Man, you did well. The interrogations must have been tough. Well done. It's all thanks to you, Aaron. Really, thank you. That's all right. Oh, I'm just glad we could save you this time. Wondering what he meant, I looked at Aaron's face. He had a contemplative look, as if gazing into the distance. After taking another sip of beer, Aaron began to speak slowly. I had a story from the past. I had a subordinate I particularly looked out for. A man with an upright character, just like you. And him now. He quit, just like you, he was made to take the blame for something he didn't do. That's tough. At that time, I couldn't defend him. Being part of the organization, I couldn't go against the orders from above. I still regret that moment. Aaron finished the remaining beer in his mug and turned to face me. It seems I was projecting him onto you. That's why I wanted to help this time. Sorry, did I cause you trouble? Not at all. Is that so? Then I'm glad. Aaron smiled broadly, beer foam still clinging to his lips, which made me burst out laughing involuntarily. Aaron, you've got foam on your lip. Ha, my bad. You're still drinking, right? Excuse me, another round of beers, please. Aaron called out cheerfully. That day, I spent a delightful evening drinking to my heart's content with Aaron. Everything had been settled, and it was only some time later that I finally regained my peace of mind. In the end, I didn't really get to relax much, huh? Afterward, I did go back home as planned, but I couldn't stay for long. My parents said, "You should have stayed longer," looking disappointed, but I couldn't just stay. Alright, let's go. Today is my first flight since returning as a pilot. I head to the airport with determination. In the meeting room, there was Michael, my co-pilot for today. Next to him was Claire. Both of them greet me as soon as they see me. Shane. Good morning. Good morning. Ah, good morning. You too, I'm counting on you today. Today's flight crew includes both Michael and Claire. After what had happened, I feel a sense of camaraderie with these two. Shane, thank you so much for the other day. No, I should be the one thanking you too. After that, you both spoke up for me with the police, right? Thanks to that, I could come back like this. I'm grateful. Thanks. If we could be of help to you, Shane, we're happy too. Right, Claire? Yes, that's right. Seeing their smiles reassures me. I feel validated that taking action back then was the right decision. Shane, we have a briefing now, right? I should head to my station too, so I'll excuse myself. Ah, see you later then. Claire gracefully makes her exit from the meeting room. As I watch her leave, I notice Michael grinning beside me and turn to him. What's up? Why the big smile? Hee hee, Shane, just a little secret. She was really excited to be on the same crew as you today. Ah, and of course, I am too. Ha, is that so? I'm glad to be with you too as well. Shane. Yeah? What's up? Don't you often get told you're oblivious? About what? Never mind. Ah, my sister is going to have a hard time. Michael chuckled as if amused. I didn't fully understand, but it seemed like nothing bad. Come on, let's start the briefing. I opened the tablet and prompted Michael. Since my return as a pilot, some time had passed. Since then, I had been spending a lot of my off days with Claire and Michael. After today's flight, the three of us had planned to go out for dinner. After finishing up at work and taking a shower, I headed to the restaurant where we agreed to meet. Claire and Michael had already arrived and were waiting for me at the table. Shane, over here. Sorry for making you wait. It's okay, we just got here too. Shane, what would you like to drink? Ah, thanks. Let me see. I peeked at the menu Claire was holding open. Across from me, Michael was watching us with a particularly big grin. What's up? Something wrong? No, it's just, you two sitting side by side like that, you look like a couple. Hey, Michael. What are you saying? That's right, Claire is beautiful and has a great personality, she wouldn't need to choose someone like me. Right, Claire? Oh, well, that's, Claire, you really need to be more assertive. Muttering to himself, Michael rummaged through his pocket. Shane, would you mind taking this? What's this, movie tickets? Yes. They were given to me, but I have a flight scheduled on this day. You're off on this day, right, Shane? Yeah, that's true, but... Great. There are 2 tickets, so I thought maybe you could invite someone to go with you. Oh, aren't you off on this day too? Oh, yeah, I am. Then it's settled. Shane, please go with my sister. With that, Michael passed the movie tickets to me. Claire, is that okay? Don't you want to invite some other friends? Yes, I'd like to go with you, Shane. Is that so? Then let's go together. Thanks, Michael. You're welcome. Have fun. And, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. What's wrong, Claire? Your face is red, are you okay? I'm fine. More importantly, Shane, have you decided on your drink? Let's order quickly. Right, almost forgot. Prompted by a somewhat flustered Claire, I chose something from the menu. Michael watched us, still smiling. Later, Claire would confess her feelings to me, and that's how our relationship would begin, but that's a story for another time.